Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you a really flavorful entree for how to bake smoked paprika and lime pork sirloin chops. Now I picked up 3 gorgeous pork sirloin chops today. They have the bone in here, but it's a lot of nice meat and not a lot of fat, which is really awesome. These are going to cook very quickly, and they're about 1 inch thick. So I've preset my oven to 350 degrees, and it's going off now. It's waiting for me. We're also going to do some baked spiced apples with it. It's going to be really, really tasty. So first things first, I'm going to get a little bit of a rub created here for them. Now I'm just going to put my apples to the side, and I'm going to freshly crack some pepper. I always like to have fresh pepper. Actually, I'm going to grind it so it's nice and finer, so it sticks to the outside of this meat really well. Now, I'm not going to use crumbs tonight. We're not going to add any extra carbs that way. This is going to be a pretty healthy dinner, to be honest, because it's going to be baked. It's not going to be fried and have a crust on it and all that stuff. It's unnecessary. Sometimes you can just bake things and it'll be all right. All right, so nice freshly ground pepper into my bowl. So I've used about 2 teaspoons of finely ground pepper. As for the lime, I'm not using lime juice tonight. I'm actually using lime zest. And I have a bunch of it because when I use limes and I don't necessarily use the zest, I still zest those limes anyway. No citrus fruit goes to waste here. So they get all zested, and I dry that zest, and then I keep it for such a time as this. So I have a whole bunch of beautiful dried lime zest. Now you can use fresh if you like, but you're might have a problem with it sticking to the outside of the pork if it's a little bit wet, right? So I'm going to use probably a good 3 teaspoons of it, just to make sure that I can coat my pork chops well. Now, this isn't going to be as strong as fresh lime zest because it's been sitting and it's dried, and some of the oils have dissipated. But I try and keep it nice and fresh, and you keep it in a nice dark area so that it can stay as fresh as long as you can. Next, I'm going to add probably, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon of salt or so. Now I'm going to use a beautiful smoked paprika. If you've never used smoked paprika, you really need to invest in some. It is savory, it's smoky, it's depending upon which variety you use, it can be sweet, it can be bittersweet, and it can be hot. I get mine from La Chinata. You can check them out online at lachinata.com, and this is their premium sweet variety. Now make sure you check them out. Fantastic stuff. You've seen my reviews for the sweet, the bittersweet, and the hot, and make sure you check out the review on this premium. Now we're going to go all out tonight because these are going to be some pretty special chops. I'm going to use a good teaspoon of this to make sure that I can get a pretty nice coating. Maybe 1.5 teaspoons. Now this is the sweet one. It's not very hot, so we're going to be okay on that front. And I'm just going to mix it all around. Now I'm not going to totally cover these chops, like totally coat them as though I would be dredging them. I just want to make sure that I get some nice spice on there, and we're going to bake them up. So here's my little spice rub. I'm going to bake them on a cookie sheet. I have a silicone mat ready so that everything stays copacetic, okay? So I'm going to sprinkle one side of one, and I'm going to kind of push these spices in and kind of rub it in there. Oh, that smells so amazing. Okay, now that's gonna go that side down, and rinse and repeat. I've got 3 gorgeous chops here. That smoked paprika, it spreads well on the meat because it's so fine. And you only need a bit because it's the premium and it's nice and smoky. It has beautiful flavor. You don't need a ton of it. So use half of the rub for the 1/2 of the pork chops, and use the other half for the other side. Now this side you can make a little bit prettier. We're not going to be flipping these guys over. This is going to take like 20 minutes in the oven. That's pretty much it, maybe 25. I might even have a little bit of spice left over. Now as you bake these, the oils are going to come out of that lime zest in the oven. It's going to be nice and fragrant. It's going to be gorgeous. Now if you don't have limes, use lemon, use orange, use grapefruit, whatever it is you desire. Now don't those look beautiful? Look at them. Now I've got 2 little Macintosh apples tonight that I'm going to put in here with it. And I'm going to peel them. They've been washed. I'm going to slice them into maybe sixths. So each half goes 3 pieces. Just guesstimate. This is a beautiful fall dish, perfect for the autumn. Now I'm going to core them. Now you don't have to add the apples if you don't want to, if you don't have them or what have you. I just think it's a nice addition. Pork always goes nicely with apples. In fact, it goes nicely with a lot of different fruits. Okay, I'm just gonna throw them in a bowl because I wanna toss them with a little bit of oil and a little bit of spice. So I'm using grapeseed oil tonight. You may use canola oil if you like. Use whatever oil it is you have. Even vegetable would be fine. I wanna use an oil that has relatively low flavor, okay? Less flavor than, say, olive oil, beautiful olive oil. I want the apples to stand up, and I don't wanna coat the flavor with another oil. So I'm just gonna toss those lightly in a little bit of grapeseed oil. Now apples are sweet, they're nice and tangy, and I'm going to use a little bit of smoked paprika, of course, but I'm going to use the hot smoked paprika, and I'm not going to use quite so much as I would on the pork. I'm going to use maybe 1/4 teaspoon to toss this with. It's going to be a nice little addition to the dinner, a nice element. So just toss that in the smoked paprika. Make sure they're nice and coated evenly. Okay, and I'm just gonna scatter them around these pork chops. So this is what the hot smoked paprika looks like. Make sure you check out La Chinata and my review on this so you can find out more exciting uses for it. That's what it looks like going in. They are going in. I'm gonna check them in about 20 minutes. Make sure you set your timer, and these guys are in at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. Look at these beautiful pork chops. The apples are a nice addition. Boy, they smell delicious together. Now, you can see it's a little bit wet, a little bit moist. And what I want to do is just broil up the tops, get everything a tiny bit more crispy and charred, and that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to turn my broiler on high. Now, I don't want you to walk away from your oven. I want you to watch because you don't want anything to burn. You've got those sweet apples in there, and you've got these pork chops that you don't want to ruin. So what I like to do with my oven when I'm broiling is just leave it open a little bit. The heat is negligible. Really, you're just trying to crisp up the top, and those burners on the top are super hot. They're still going to accomplish their job. So I just leave it open so you can keep peeking in there as you're walking through. Don't leave, don't go too far. Do it for about 5 minutes, and we'll see how they're coming. These look perfect. My apples have gotten a little bit of char on them. These are nice and crisped up on the top. The spices on the top have charred a little bit. That's exactly what I wanted. Looks and smells unbelievable. I wish you had smell-o-vision or smell-o-net or whatever you want to call it. So let's try these guys. Let me plate one up. They look so beautiful. Ugh. It's crispy on the outside, just like I like it. Now, I tend to like my pork well done. I don't like it even remotely questioning whether it's done or not. I'm gonna serve some apples with it. Beautiful, and some rice. Now look at this gorgeous dish. The pork chop is beautiful. It has a beautiful crust on it, and the apples are nice and tender. I can't wait to try this. Gorgeous. Oh, the pork is beautifully succulent inside. Look at that. Lovely. That is so flavorful. The smoked paprika is outrageous. It's not too spicy because we use the sweet one on the pork chops. You can taste a little bit of tang from that lime zest, and it's nice and peppery. Just what I wanted. Now let's try these apples. They're nice and soft, a little bit charred. They melt in your mouth, and then you get a nice spicy kick at the end, like a spicy hot applesauce. Fantastic. Let's try them together. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. You have all the flavor elements that you want. My mouth is just exploding with flavor. You have the smokiness of the paprika. You have a little bit of sweetness from the paprika as well. But you also get that gorgeous sweetness from the apple. Oh my goodness. Then I get that hot spicy flavor from the apple that I used, the hot smoked paprika. Awesome. It's savory, it's tangy, it's smoky, it's sweet, it's everything you want it to be. Beautifully seasoned pork. I don't even want to eat my rice because I just want this. This is outstanding. You have to try this recipe. And you really can. You can taste that lime. It's awesome. A really superb recipe. I really hope that you try this. Fantastic. You could even experiment with different kinds of fruit. Try and use a harder fleshed fruit that would go beautifully with this. You could have even done it with plantains. Plantains would have been a nice option, and they would have been done around the same time. Awesome stuff. These apples are so good, they literally melt in your mouth. Fantastic. Not only would they be good as a side dish, but you could even serve those for dessert. Fantastic. I love the contrast with the hot, spicy smoked paprika on it. Outstanding, outstanding. You could serve it with ice cream, or you could even put marshmallows on to make it more like a real baked apple. Awesome stuff. But it really goes perfectly with pork, and you could even use it with other meats as well. So that's how you do it. That's how you bake smoked paprika and lime pork sirloin chops with smoked paprika apples. Fantastic. Awesome stuff. I hope you try it. Let me know how you like it as well. All right? Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me on Roku. Make sure you come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com. Come subscribe and interact. Let me know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.